If you've ever left a conversation with your accountant feeling more confused than before, or like you should have asked better questions, you're not alone. I hear this all the time from capable, intelligent business owners. And here's what I want you to know. As an accountant myself, I can tell you that we want these conversations to feel better too. The issue usually isn't that your accountant isn't good, and it's definitely not that you're bad with numbers. It's just that accountants and business owners are often speaking two different languages, and no one really explained how to bridge that gap. Most accountants are trained to work historically. So we're looking at what's already happened last month, last quarter, last year. And business owners, on the other hand, are usually asking forward-looking questions, even if they don't realize it yet. Things like, can I afford this hire? Should I invest in this? What's actually safe to spend now? So when an accountant says your profit looks fine, a business owner might be thinking, why do I still feel nervous about spending money then? So that mismatch alone can create a lot of frustration on both sides. A lot of business owners don't ask questions in these meetings because they feel like they should already know the answers. So instead of saying things like, everything's fine, I think, or I really don't have questions right now. And if you're more introverted or someone who needs time to process, those meetings can feel especially hard because you've been asked to think out loud about something you haven't had time to absorb yet. So you leave the meeting still feeling unsure. There's also something that doesn't get talked about enough. A lot of people feel stupid or intimidated when they talk to their accountant. Not because they are, but because accounting language can be dense, fast, and unfamiliar. And when someone is confident and using terms that you don't understand, it's really easy to assume that you're the problem, especially if you're capable, independent, and used to being good at what you do. So instead of asking questions, you be quiet. But because you don't want to feel foolish, that reaction makes sense, because it doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. Feeling intimidated isn't a sign that you shouldn't be in the room. It's a sign that the conversation just needs to slow down and be translated. So here's the truth. Your accountant can't support you if they don't know where you feel uncertain. And uncertainty doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that something hasn't been clarified yet. And that's completely normal, and it's also fixable. So before you talk to your accountant, I recommend getting clear on just 3 things. So first, what feels unclear to you right now? That might be, I don't really understand where my cash is going. And second, what feels stressful or urgent? For example, I'm afraid of making the wrong move. And third, what decision are you trying to make, even if it's not immediate or fully formed? You don't need perfect numbers or polished questions. You just need context. And context helps your accountant give you what you actually need, not just a report you don't know how to use. So, for example, instead of asking, is everything okay? You might say, I'm not sure what money is actually available to spend right now, and I'm feeling hesitant about making decisions. Can you help me see that more clearly? That gives your accountant something real to work with. And honestly, most accountants would much rather have that conversation than try to guess what you need. And one more thing. You don't need to understand everything that your accountant understands. Your job isn't to become an expert in tax code or accounting rules. Your job is to communicate where you need clarity so your accountant can translate the numbers into something that helps you move forward. That's the partnership. And if you consistently feel talked down to or dismissed, that's not something you need to tolerate. This is exactly why I focus so much on cash flow clarity in my work. When you can see what money is actually available, not just what's sitting in the bank, those conversations with your accountant become calmer, clearer, and much more productive because you're not walking in blind, you're walking in informed. If this resonates with you, I've created a free cash flow clarity guide, and it helps you feel more prepared and grounded before these kinds of conversations. I'll link it below. No pressure, but it's there if you need it. You deserve to feel supported, not embarrassed or confused when you talk about your business finances. And with just a little preparation and honesty, you can completely change the tone of those meetings. And your accountant will thank you for it too.